Hello class, this is the orientation for Principles of Biology online course, and I'm your instructor Cami Algiers, and what I'm going to do is go through the course with you. What I have open right now is our Desire to Learn or D2L site, and I'll help you maneuver around the website. I'll get the syllabus and show you how you can get to the syllabus, explain it, and just talk about the class a little bit. And so hopefully by the end of this orientation you'll have a better idea of how this course will be for the semester. Okay, so I'm here on D2L, and if you haven't been on this site before, what you want to do is go to either the Ventura College page or you can go to myvccd.edu. Let me just go to Ventura College since that's probably where a lot of you have actually been to before. So if you go on the regular home page and you go to this top right hand side icon that says myvccd, from here you can get onto the portal. So you got a username and password when you registered for the course or for Ventura College, and for your courses you probably went in there to add the course and so on. So you log in on the home page. When you get into your home page, you'll see a link that says My Courses, and you'll see Principles of Biology. Click there and you'll end up right over here. Okay, so I'm still about a week and a half early before the semester starts, so I haven't put everything on here. I'll show you what I have so far and what will be present. So for example, under news items, every week I'll update you with what is due, what's coming up, and what you need to do. So right now there's nothing. There's just some system news items saying that email is down for the moment. So there's not much from me, but you will start to see news items from me. And one thing you can do to ensure that you receive these news items is you can click on the arrow like I just did and click on notifications, and this page pops up, and so you can put in an email address and if you want a cell phone number, and then go down here and click any of these notifications that you want. And so what it'll do is, for example, grades release. As soon as I enter your grade for something, you can get a text message saying what score you got. Or as soon as I grade something or I put a new content or a news item up. This is really useful. That way you sort of have an idea of what's going on with the course. And it's a good reminder rather than waiting until you log on. So if you have a smartphone and you want to do it that way, or I guess you don't have to have a smartphone, you can just get the text from any phone. Or if you check your email, maybe your Gmail, your Hotmail or something, you can put it on there and receive the notifications faster. Okay, well, I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to do that. And let's go look for the syllabus. Okay, so all my information's up here. You can email me anytime if you have questions. I can try to clarify. You can call my office. You can come to my office during office hours, and we can talk about biology. All right, so to get to any assignments, you want to go to Start Here. And here you've got calendar, contents, discussion, and news items. So I want contents, and all your contents for the course, everything will be here. Okay, so you're going to click on contents, and so here on the left are all the main folders, I guess. So Principles of Biology is the main folder here. Under that you've got an orientation folder, and under orientation there's syllabus. So as you can see, as I click on these folders, stuff pops up to the right. Okay, so under syllabus folder there's your syllabus, and then you can see your first assignment that's due, some links and resources for you, and we're in a new textbook, new edition, new book, new everything. So I'm revising all my PowerPoints and all my notes and recording all my lectures from scratch. So as you can see so far, I haven't gotten that far, right? So hopefully in the next week and a half, I've got a few more chapters done. But as I make these chapter lectures, I'll post them up for you, and I'll try to be a little ahead so that you can get at least a week before you have to do any assignments. Okay, so if you wanted to look at Chapter 1, here's a study guide for you for Chapter 1. So you would listen to the lecture and then go through the study guide. There's a discussion for the first chapter, some articles that you might be interested in. You go to Chapter 2, and that's as far as I got so far. Okay, so all of it is here. So let's go to the, before the syllabus, let me go back real quick and show you on the home page how to get to the lectures. So for every chapter in the book that we have assigned, I'm going to be recording a PowerPoint presentation. And so it'll be my voice going over the PowerPoint, and you see the image. We use a program called Integrity, which is on D2L. I'm going to minimize this calendar. It's taking up all my space. And Integrity Lecture Series is where you want to go. So you go here and you click Access Integrity Lectures now. And you should get a pop-up window, and you should be able to pick which lecture you want to listen to. And so hopefully this way you can look at the PowerPoint, you can listen to me explain, you can pause if you need to, take notes, and go at your own pace. This seems to work really well because you can go back 100 times to something if you want, or you can listen to it once, and if it makes sense, you're all good. Okay? So that's where you want to go for that. All right, now I'm going to go back to the syllabus. So start here, orientation, syllabus, and this is all stuff you can do too, so you can actually follow me right now. All right, here's the syllabus. So my info, like you have on your home page. Here are my office hours, so you can walk in anytime during these hours and I should be there. If you're coming from far away, you might want to email me and just let me know in case there's some weird reason why I had to step away for a while. But I should be there for all the office hours every week. Okay, what are we doing? We're going to have 2 exams. We're going to have a midterm that's on campus, and we're going to have a final that's on campus. There's only 2 times you actually have to show up to campus, okay? And I have the dates for these. Make sure they work for you. Put them down on your calendar. If there's a problem, let me know now so we can work around it, okay? I don't want to get 20 emails the day before the midterm or final saying, oops, sorry, I can't make it. So if you have any conflicts, let's talk about them now. I can work around any conflicts, but I need to know in advance. You have a little book and a big book. The little book is called Into the Jungle, and there's some quizzes for that. I'll show you on D2L how to take those online. There's 5 discussions just using the discussion boards, and I'll show you that in a bit. 5 Dropbox assignments. So these Dropbox assignments are worksheets that you'll download, and then you'll write all over them, and then you have to upload them to me. So the hardest part is getting them back onto the screen, right? So the best way to do it is to take pictures of it. If you don't have a scanner, if you have a scanner, great. If you don't have a scanner, take pictures of it and then upload the pictures. But make sure you have a camera that gives good quality pictures so I can actually read the contents. So when you upload it, look at it, open it and look at it and make sure you can read your own writing, because sometimes I get pictures and I can't make anything out. It's totally blurry. Again, most smartphones work fine. If you have a nice camera, digital camera, that works. If not, scanner works. But there's 5 times where you have to do that, where you actually download and then upload again. All right, Mastering Biology homework and quizzes. So there's going to be, for every chapter, there's going to be a quiz, and most chapters will have homework assignments as well. And all of these are through a website called Mastering Biology. Now, we've recently switched over to what's called Modified Mastering Biology. And the only difference is that it talks to D2L. It talks to Desire to Learn, so we can actually incorporate it into Desire to Learn. Bad news is, or I guess the confusing news, is that now there is this regular Mastering Biology website, and then there is this Modified Mastering Biology thing through your D2L. You need to have a Modified Mastering code in order to do your assignments on D2L. If you have a regular Mastering Biology code, it doesn't work. Okay, so when you get your textbook, if you bought it from the bookstore, you're good because it's already packaged in there, the code's in there, the Into the Jungle book's in there, it's all in there. If you get it elsewhere, you have to make sure you have a modified mastering code. We can talk if you have questions about it, just email me. All right, so all the homework is on there. I'll show you how to get to it. We'll go through that. Okay, so there's a final. These are all the points, 550 points total for the semester. I don't do extra credit. There's no random points that pop up from anywhere. These are it. This is what you're going to work with, so you can plan ahead to figure out how you're going to get that A. Okay, regular grading scale here on the right. Course website, D2L, I already talked about that. All right, email address. Your D2L email address is basically what I can send you emails on. That's what's on D2L. You can go ahead and forward it to your Gmail or Yahoo or whatever if you use another form of email. So if you check your Gmail 10 times a day, but you check your D2L one once a week, you might want to start forwarding. That way I can get a hold of you if I need to. Okay? Required text. So the textbook is Campbell Biology Concepts and Connections 8th edition. Again, modified mastering. It's free with a new book. It's the 8th edition, and the 8th edition is brand new, so you should be good on that. You should, if you have 8th edition, you should be able to get a modified mastering biology code that comes along with it for free. Okay. You could purchase the ebook if you want. It's all electronic and online, so you could do that if you choose to. But again, make sure it has modified mastering. The other text is Into the Jungle. This one's about $20 on Amazon last time I checked. But again, it comes free with your book if you get it from the bookstore. And then you need to have a calculator to do a little bit of math. Okay. Here are the 2 dates for the midterm and final. The 2 online exams will just be on the portal, and then there's 2 times where you have to come in, and it's closed notes and closed book, and it's a whole bunch of points. So don't miss these 2 dates. Okay, Thursday, October 16th, Friday, December 12th. Here are the times and the room numbers. Make sure you can make it. Again, right now, pause this video, go to your calendar, write it down. Make sure you don't make any doctor appointments for that day. You're not going out of town that day. That you're there. If you notice you have a class at that exact same time, let me know now and we'll work around it. Okay? When you come to the midterm and the final, you need to have a picture ID, a Scantron form E882. You can get that from the bookstore, a pencil and an eraser. Okay? No makeups for these if you haven't let me know in advance. If there's an emergency, let me know that day. I hope none of you get in a car accident, but if there's a car accident, hospitalization, anything that's a real emergency, you need to contact me that day. If you contact me 2 weeks later and go, oops, I missed the final or I missed the midterm, it's too late at that point. Okay? So let me know. These 2 dates are very, very important. Okay, homeworks and quizzes are on modified mastering. The quizzes have 1 attempt and they're timed. And they're not that hard. Every chapter has 1 quiz that's about 10 questions, okay? And so it will take you maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to do. So it's not a really, really long, crazy quiz. It's just a matter of making sure you've read the material and that you can answer some questions. The homework assignments are not timed. You get 2 attempts on those, and they don't take that long either. So they are pretty quick individually. Now, of course, if you've got 10 of them you haven't done, that adds up to a lot of time. But individually, they don't take that much time. They're only open for for a specific time period and will not be accepted late regardless of the reason. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait until Sunday 11:50 because it's due at 11:59, because then if something happens and you miss the deadline, your computer doesn't turn on, electricity goes out, or whatever happens, it's too late to contact me and have me help you. Right? So try to do it in advance. You have a whole week to work on these. Don't do it Sunday night. Okay? Everything's due Sunday night, pretty much. Okay, 100 points for all these assignments. Into the Jungle quiz is on D2L. Those are short quizzes as well. Each one of these quizzes has 5 questions. Okay? You get 2 attempts, but I have a big pool of questions, so you probably won't get the exact same questions every time. And it takes the highest score of your 2 attempts. Discussions, there's 5 of those. You have to post on someone else's response as well as make a response. Again, I'll walk you through those as we start doing them. Dropbox I already talked about. Attendance and withdrawal policies. So if you're not doing assignments on a weekly basis, I may drop you. Okay, especially the first few weeks. If by the first week you haven't done your first set of assignments, I'm going to drop you at least a discussion that it's an introduction discussion. What's your name? Why are you here? You need to do that. That way I know that you are actually in the course. So by the end of week 1, if that hasn't been done, I'm going to assume that you didn't show up to class. Okay, and I'm going to drop you. If you are no longer interested in the course at any time, please go online and drop yourself. I may or may not drop you because depending on how much you've been doing stuff and not, I may not know why you didn't do work the past 2 weeks. And then if the drop date comes up and I don't drop you and you really meant not to show up anymore, you'll end up with an F in the class, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so just do it yourself because you yourself will know whether you're done or not. Okay, cheating hopefully won't be a problem for you guys. I do encourage you to study with other people, to do group work, but when it comes to taking the exam, to doing the worksheets, all of those things, the worksheets you can work in a group as long as you're understanding what you're doing. The exams that are online, you need to do them on your own. It is cheating if you work with someone else. Now you can have your book open because it's online and I'm assuming you'll have your book open, but you can't have your friend sitting next to you helping you. These quizzes and homework assignments and stuff, if you're understanding them and you're doing well on them, when you come to the midterm and the final, you'll do well. But if not, if you fail the midterm and final and you do well on those other exams, it's not going to mean anything because you'll still not pass the course. So do it on your own so that you understand it and you can follow it, and then you'll be successful on the midterm and final. The EAC, if you are with them and you need anything from me at all, if you need extra time or you need me to do whatever, I am totally willing to do that. So just let me know, contact them. They can either contact me or you can contact me. So I work really well with them. Internet etiquette. I just need to mention this because it is an online course. You're going to be communicating with other students with posts. You'll be communicating with me a lot with emails and also through a discussion board. And you need to be very, very respectful to other classmates and your instructor on these boards or on email or whatever. So one thing that happens when you are sending emails or posting online and not talking to someone in person, sometimes you come across rude when you really didn't mean to. And if the other person could see your facial expressions, they may know that you're not actually trying to be mean or you're not trying to be rude. But sometimes it comes off that way because there's no face expression reading. So be extra polite, be extra respectful, don't be offensive, don't be insulting. If there is any of that at all, I'll have to contact behavioral specialists on campus and stuff. So usually it's not a problem, but I just want to make it very clear. Policies, no makeup, again, unless we've talked about it in advance. You need to keep up with material every week. Really with an online course, the most wonderful thing about it is that you can do it in your own time, in your pajamas, and I think that's awesome. But since you're not actually in class during certain periods of time, you have to make that time yourself. And so every week you need to be putting in huge amounts of time. There'll be about 2 to 3 hours of lecture you need to listen to, and then there's work to do. Okay, so you need to really make sure that you keep up with everything, all the assignments, all the homework, all the quizzes, all the reading, all the lectures. So set aside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day where you're going to be doing a little bit or a lot of biology. If you're not keeping up, you're not going to do well in the course. Okay, so this is, right now I'm telling you how you can get an A. Be organized, log in every week, keep up with the reading, keep up with the assignments. You'll do great. Okay, student learning outcomes are what you'll get out of these biology courses that we offer in our department. So scientific method, you'll understand that, evolution, biological processes and how they work, levels of organization. The last thing I've got here before the schedule is our evolution statement. So we've had some problems in our department with the teaching of evolution accurately. And so because of that, the department came up with a statement saying that because it's a biology class and because we have a background in science and biology, we are going to be teaching evolution properly and the way we're supposed to as biologists. And so that's essentially what it says. Again, if you have questions on that, you can let me know, but we've all decided to put this in our syllabus. Okay, important dates to remember. Holidays doesn't affect you, sorry, because none of them are week long. So even if there's a holiday, there's stuff due that week. But, you know, you can do it earlier in the week. And drop dates are on here as well. Okay, so here's a class schedule. I got everything on here. I think all the deadlines are correct. I checked them a few times. So each week, you've got stuff due. So this week's orientation in Chapter 1. By the end of this week on Sunday, so everything's due on Sundays. So by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., your first discussion is due and your Mastering Biology system check is due. So you have to at least log on to Mastering, and even if you're not ready for Chapter 1 yet, you have to go do a system check and make sure that your computer can talk to Mastering. Okay? You do that at first week, you're good. By week 2, Chapters 2 and 3, now you've got your chapters 1 through 3 homework and quiz, and Into the Jungle quizzes 1 and 2. Okay, so if your textbook comes a little late on week 1, that's okay, but by week 2, you better have a book, right? Okay, then 4 and 5, then we have an online exam. So as you can see, as we go through, all the assignments are here, and they're all due Sunday night. The right column here is lab stuff. So about half of you are probably not enrolled in lab. So if you're not enrolled in lab, just ignore that column. If you are enrolled in lab, I just kind of have the schedule next to it so that you know what we're doing in lab. I try to kind of line them up so that they're around the same time as your lecture content. So the lecture will help you do well in lab. All right, midterm and online exam 2, and then the cumulative final. Okay? So that is the syllabus. Let's go up, and I'm going to show you a couple more things that I haven't shown you yet. If you go to start here, your discussions are here. Okay, so you click on discussion. Click, click, click. Here are all the discussions. Now they have deadlines, so they open at a certain time and then they close at a certain time. There's an Ask Question forum. So if you're stuck on anything, you can always email me, but it might be faster if you post it on here because you've got a whole bunch of other classmates that might be on and they might know the answer and they can help you. And if you get an answer, whether it's from me or a classmate, others can use that resource as well. Or if you just like run across something like, this is a way easier way of opening this thing up or getting to this site, or here's a helpful video I found online that really explains photosynthesis well. Just put it all up here and we will all appreciate you. Okay? I'm going to have a site tutor for my face-to-face classes, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to do some stuff with you guys as well. If he can and he can post stuff for you, we'll keep the second topic or forum open. If not, I'll have to close it, but I'm hoping he can at least put links on here for you. So that's all, again, discussion stuff. Content we've already been to. Let's go under assessment. So here under assessment, you've got your Into the Jungle quizzes. Again, they open up at a certain time and close at a certain time, but you can go on there and do them. Your 2 online exams will also be here. They're just not here yet because I haven't made them. I'm not there yet. Okay? So that's quizzes and then grades. So all your grades are on here. So when you do any assignment, hopefully your score shows up. Now the midterm and final, I have to run Scantrons and actually enter them. So you'll have to wait to get those. They're not automatic. Mastering Bio, since it's a new modified mastering, I'm not quite sure how these points will show up, but we'll figure it out. These discussions will show up as soon as I actually grade them, and then the drop boxes as well. As soon as I grade them, they'll show up. So you can always go here and see where you stand on the scores. And these little bars, it means it lets you see where you are compared to everyone else. Okay, so eventually once people do stuff, you can see that. I don't know why they're missing for a couple of these. I'll have to fix that. Okay, so that's great. Communication, you can chat with others, you can email others. I don't know what pager is. Locker, you can store files on there, but I don't know how much of that you'll do. You can always run a system check to make sure that your computer talks to D2L. So the last thing I think we need to do is I need to show you. Okay, so the mastering link, there's a box here. It's messed up right now. So I've contacted, and hopefully, again, I'm recording this a week and a half before the semester opens, so I'm not quite there yet. So I've contacted people. This should have a thing that says Mastering Biology, click here or something, and it says other things. So this will be fixed, and hopefully you'll be able to just click onto here. The first time you click on here, it'll ask you for your access code, okay, that you got from your book. Type that in, and from there on, every time you click on it, you'll be able to get into all the links for mastering. And something like this will pop up once you're already set. Okay, so yours probably won't have all the instructor links. It'll just have the student links. So this one's mine. Mine has both. But it'll have, you'll care about the assignments. Okay, so I have assignments on there that you can go do. There's this really great study area. Let's see if I can get to it so I can show it to you. The study area has every chapter here, so you can go to, I don't know, chapter 7. Okay, let's say we're on chapter 7. For chapter 7, you can go through and watch videos. You can do this MP3 tutorial. You can click onto, now some of these you need the ebook to be able to click onto, and others you can get into yourself. There's activities you can do. And then there's practice tests. So here's a practice test for chapter 7 that you can take. Word tools, you can, coming soon, sorry. Well, it's supposed to be flashcards. There is another one that's cool. Oh, cumulative test. Let's say the exam's coming up. You can go on here and make yourself an exam. So you go, okay, well, exams chapters 1 through 5. So let me select chapters 1 through 5. I want 40 questions total, and you can start going through them. Everything on the study area, you can do these as many times as you want. It's just for you. It doesn't come to me. You don't need to send it to me. This is just for you to practice and master the skills so that you do well on my exams. Okay, so this is just like a free open area for you. So that's a study area. So you'll mostly go to either study area and mastering assignments. Okay. And I'll probably get used to some of the other stuff on here as I learn this new system. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, down here is a VC student resource widget. If you have a lot of trouble maneuvering around D2L, there's actually orientations on how to use D2L. So if you want to take that, it's through the LRC where the library is, and you can click on there, get help, or ask to sign up for those. Okay. All right, so I've gone through everything, I believe. So week 1, what you need to worry about is make sure you have the right book, that you have modified mastering code, that you have Into the Jungle. Once you have those, you got to figure out, once this is working, and it'll definitely be working by the time the semester starts, hopefully by, like right now it's Saturday, not the Saturday before the semester starts, but 2 Saturdays before. So I'm hoping like Monday, Tuesday, this will get fixed. Okay. So you click on, you make your account set so you can actually get into mastering. Okay. So get book, put in your access code, get into mastering bio, and you can do your first discussion. So again, first discussion, content. You can either go to discussion or you can just go to the contents and my first assignment. Okay, you're going to just introduce yourself to other students and then post on someone else's post as well. All right, so hopefully that makes it a little more clear on this course. I'm really excited to teach this online course. I actually wanted to teach online for a good 10 years before I was actually able to. When I was still a part-time instructor, or even before I started teaching when I was just a TA in grad school, I wanted to teach online. And so this is now my, third semester or third year, I think. So it's been a little while, so I've done about 5 or 6 of these so far, and I love the online courses. I love the interaction with students on it, the emails and the discussion posts, and students seem to really enjoy taking courses online. So I'm here to help you. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to email me, and I will try to get back to you right away. And my emails come to my phone, so most of the time I'll respond to you right away unless I have to actually go do something, like get to a computer, at which point I'll flag it and go back to it later. So there will be a lot of open communication between us. All right, have a good rest of the week.